Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go, let's go.
Shooting, lights out.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is the first Friday of the 8th month of the year. It's August 2nd, and we are 4 games into basketball play. The Team USA going for gold for both men and women, and they are both 2-0. We're going to dive into that later, but we're going to give you some other news and notes from around the Olympics as we did the first episode. Things are going to be a little bit different. Have one change. The queen of Hoops, Megan Price, she's out on a family vacation, a well-deserved family vacation. So she's going to have to enjoy that. She will join us hopefully on Monday. That's when the next time we'll be back. But I do have the man who is part of the morning show. He is the man that gets you ready Monday through Fridays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. 1 hour, 60 minutes to get you in the right start on your mornings. He's also known as the EP of all EPs. Cole Johnson. What's up, Cole?
Doing good, man. I'm glad to be here again. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
And what you did today, we're gonna end up talking about too, okay? Because I couldn't do a show without having to talk about that. So
well, I'm glad that my show has inspired content for you. That makes me feel good.
Anyway, yeah. Also returning from last, so he is my co-host with Monarchs of Wrestling as we get ready for SummerSlam tomorrow. SmackDown tonight, then we'll be back before Monday Night Raw. He is also the man who talks everything Philadelphia Eagles football with Eagles Elite Podcast. Cool McCain.
What up? And just a shameless plug tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You go to YouTube and type in at Real Play Callers. Catch me on Play Caller Sports Talk Live. So, just shameless plug.
And for the first time, I've been trying to get this brother on because this man can debate with the best of them. Football, basketball, you name it. This man, he will come with you. You better have your facts in order. Because if you don't, he gonna catch you. The sports way without pay. The sports reporter without pay with. My man Ray Lynn. What's up?
Hey man, listen. I used to think I had a fire intro. I did. I got work to do, man. I got work to do. That was fire. I like it.
Shout out to my brother. Shout out to Real. He let me grab one of the songs that he did. He's like, bro, if you think it will work for you, use it. I was like, all right, cool. I will do that. So I'm happy that you enjoyed the intro. So, gentlemen, we are in Olympic time. So y'all ready to talk some Olympics?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're finna go around the Olympics. Currently, right now, Novak Djokovic is 1 set away from a rematch with Carlo Alcaraz. This time for a gold medal. He's up 1 set over Italy's Leo Messi. So I'm looking forward to this rematch. Now, if we do get this rematch, which I feel like we're going to get this rematch, do you see it going the same way that it did in Wimbledon between Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic? Let's start with Ray Lynn.
Listen, man, you know what's weird about tennis? Like, it's an individual sport, and you think it would be tougher to dominate, but it just changes hands. Like, when one person is dominating, they're dominating. When it was Nadal, it was Nadal. When it was Federer, it was Federer. Like, Djokovic is that guy, man. I think he's going to win, and I think he's going to win handily.
So Ray Lynn says payback is on the horizon for Novak Djokovic. Cool.
Yeah, man. He that guy.
I'm gonna have to agree with Ray. I'm a big Djokovic fan anyway. But I think when you got it, you got it. You know, it's all about momentum. And he definitely that dude right now. And I don't see nobody beating him. I mean, surprises happen, but I don't see it happen.
All right, that's 2 for Djokovic. Cole Johnson, you want to make it 3 for Novak?
I mean, Djokovic is the man. I mean, 24 Grand Slams. So, I mean, he even has more than Federer and even more than the ball. So, yeah, he's the man. Until now, I mean, we are talking about the reigning defending French and Wimbledon champ. So, you have a young buck who's trying to get that #1 overall man crown at the moment. And then you got, unfortunately, with Djokovic, Father Time. I had to go with Alcaraz.
I'm going with Alcaraz as well. That guy there, he is on a different level. And to be as young as he is.
I did not know that dude had such game at such a young age.
Oh, that Carlos Alcaraz is something special to watch. I got to go. Now, don't get me wrong. Djokovic's going to have a shot because he has never won gold in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something he has never done. So I can see why Raylan and Ku McKing saying Djokovic. I can see why. There's no argument there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm young with the young buck here. We got Ryan McCarthy in the building. What's up, Ryan?
McCarthy.
Ryan, it's good to see you, man.
He has no credentials required. The brunch edition tomorrow, if I remember correctly, or
yeah, normally he does. Yeah.
Normally he does.
Yeah, he normally does. It is Friday already, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So now let's get into what I got in here. Sha'Carri Richardson, she cruised by in her first heat as track and field finally takes center stage in the Paris Olympics.
That wasn't even fair. That wasn't even fair.
She cruised. I watched it live. I'm like,
she wasn't even running hard the last 20 meters. I mean, it was that, and she still had like 3 lengths of a lead when she crossed finish line. I'm like, man, that's not fair.
But I will say this, gentlemen, before I hopped on, they did the first heat of the mixed 4x400 race. And Team USA decided to go ahead and set a world record. We talking about the first heat here.
First heat, yep.
And they coming out here saying world records already. What y'all got anything y'all want to say on that? Because I'm like, this is just the first heat, man. Like, really? This is what we doing?
Hey, sometimes you got to make a statement. You want to let people know who you is. It may not always be the best long-term idea, but you know what? Sometimes you feel like that's what you got to do. I guess that's what they feel like they had to do. And then as far as Sha'Carri goes, she missed the last one, right, because of all that other stuff that was happening. We ain't gonna dig into that, but she missed the last one. So now she's here. And I feel like at the end, she was just humming D'Angelo Cruz in her head while she was finishing the race.
Legalize it.
I love it when we're cruising together. She had time for it too. That's what's
legalize it.
What you looking for track and field, Raylan?
Well, I mean, I was looking forward to a showdown, and now we won't get it. Right? Like Shericka Jackson is not she's not running the 100 at all. So like, I think that would have been the only interesting thing, right? Like obviously Sha'Carri's stronger in the 100, Shericka's stronger in the 200, but she's still super strong in the 100. So like, I would have liked to seen them two go at it, but now like I don't see anybody even coming close. Like what you saw in that like she's gonna do that the entire time. Nobody won't be close. Like she's gonna dominate. Like on some Hussein Bolt, like, it's gonna be like that. She gonna make a very loud statement. Is what she gonna do.
100.
Yeah, I heard.
And it's 3 years coming from because she was rejected because of some, as Pat McAfee said, some plants.
Here's what's crazy. I think she needed that.
Rolling down the street.
She needed that because
that's a chip you carry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If she runs 3 years ago, I don't know if she beat them Jamaicans.
That's a good point too. That's a
good point. Sha'Carri now?
Because it took her like 2 years after the Olympics to beat the Jamaicans, didn't it, if I remember correctly?
Mhm. Yeah, she didn't really start being considered the overall number one woman sprinter until last year. Yeah,
that's a good point.
Even if you go look at the race where she beat them, I think it was in the World, right?
yeah.
She first off, she snuck into the finals. If you recall, she had a bad start in the semis, and she had to get in the finals on time. She didn't qualify in her race. She had the next highest time, and then she got in. She was in lane 8. Nobody saw her coming, and she snuck in and got that win. So even though she beat him, she hadn't really asserted her dominance like that. But now this version of her, I think they would have hated to see it, and now we'll never know. Because the other two, Elaine Thompson Herah and I don't know why her name escaping me, the short one, the GOAT. Like, she didn't qualify. Neither one of them are running. Then Sharika was Jamaica's new, you know what I mean? She's the thing, and she's not there. So it's going to be smooth sailing for Sha'Carri.
Yeah, Miss Jackson has an injury that forced her to miss this Olympics. So
who?
I think she had an injury. This is why she can't.
No, I think she's still going to run the 200. They just said she declared she's not doing the 100.
Oh. Interesting. Cool McCain is a familiar face that we know. Damien, what's up? Now you in my territory, Damien. This is not. This is a different territory you commented on. Now you in my territory.
Damien with the reckless comments. We know we get 5 of them before the show over. Easy.
Oh, he already sent another one in.
Sha'Carri runs faster than the players in the U.S. basketball team. Yeah. Unfortunately, she couldn't participate in the last Olympics because she likes to smoke weed every day.
That's what happens. As I mentioned earlier, Carlos Alcaraz is easily getting into the finals of the Olympics tennis, and looking forward to see if Djokovic can hold off his opponent so he can match up against him 2 times in the span of a couple of weeks.
3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
I'm talking about from Wimbledon?
Yeah, from Wimbledon.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Like they had just faced off in the finals. Now we about to see it again. I'm for it. Now let's talk some GOATs, shall we? Simone Biles. What can be said about Simone Biles?
Here's what can be said about Simone Biles. For those who aren't going to be saying that she is the greatest gymnast, I don't give a crap what gender you're talking about or what area you're talking about of all time, and you're going to challenge her on her patriotism or her heart or her work ethic, you all can kiss all our behinds.
Facts.
Fools.
Braylon, what anything you want to say? Because what Simone has done is just...
At some point, we have to stop calling her the greatest Olympian or the greatest gymnast. And the conversation really has to start, like, where does she rank amongst the greatest athletes all time in terms of dominating your sport, right? She's dominating at a level, again, when you talk Olympics, you think Michael Phelps, you think Usain Bolt. Like, she's dominating. She's doing, like, you have to mention her among the greatest athletes, especially individual athletes. She's up there.
That's a good point.
She's up there.
That's a good point. One thing you have to say about her is she's right on par with Katie Ledecky. So you have to actually say these two are neck and neck, and both of them are competing right now. So that's a really good question. That's a really good question to pose.
Now I want y'all to understand something here. You see, Simone won gold, Suni Lee won bronze, and Becky Andrade. It's not Andrade, it's Andrade.
God bless you. Oh, you weren't sneezing. My bad.
Took silver. Here's the thing I want y'all to know. All 3 of these women overcame adversity.
Yep.
Within the last couple of years. We all know about Simone Biles. What I know people haven't been talking about when it comes to U.S. gymnasts, Suni Lee. She was dealing with kidney diseases.
And made her blow up, right? And she couldn't...
She wasn't even supposed to be in Paris.
100 cool.
She couldn't even do a lot of her training and all that stuff until a couple of months before.
Yeah. So her getting a bronze and all around, and she's been only training 2 months since returning from that. That's remarkable.
And she was part of that team that got the goal too.
Yep.
Yeah, she was part of all-around team that got the gold as well. Yeah.
A
And
major
then Andrade from Brazil, she didn't have not one, not two, but 3 ACL surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And came out with silver.
Tough.
So the 3 women that medaled in
Salute
individual
all 3 of those
all
women,
around
man. Salute all 3
had
of them.
overcome mental and physical adversities.
Gotta respect. Gotta respect.
Yes. Nothing but respect, man. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now that is what you call champions right there. All 3 of them. All 3 of those women.
Facts.
I just want y'all to know. Y'all need to respect these women because you don't know what they had to overcome to get to where they are at.
Well, you know, some people ain't gonna respect the women no matter what, but I feel what you're saying.
Ain't that the truth? Cool. You can say it again, bro.
Now, Cole Johnson did bring up another GOAT that I did have on here right behind him. Katie Ledecky, the most decorated American woman in Olympic history, because yesterday she grabbed her 13th medal, and it was silver in the teams. I want to say the teams 400-meter swim.
I think so.
I believe that was. I was looking at that a few minutes ago too.
Of course, when we talking 400-meter swim, you already know what country came in first. That would be Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but Katie Ledecky has 13. She ain't done.
Nope. She's gonna lap the field again.
Tonight. We talking tonight. She's in the 800. And if y'all didn't see the 1500,
that was that still was criminal.
She won the 1500 by over 30 seconds.
That was criminal. She touched that wall. There was no swimmer near her on the TV screen.
It's gonna be worse.
Country, I'm embarrassed.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Ray. She gonna lap the field. I think worse because I think she was taking it easy until the last lap, the 1500. So I'm like, oh my gosh.
So Katie Ledecky ain't done. She'll be swimming tonight in the 800. So be on the lookout for that. Oh, and there's another American in there who might can get silver too. So you might be seeing another double podium for the Americans.
She's fun to watch. Anytime somebody making history is great, right? Yeah. But the label, like the most decorated, right? I hate it because based on what sports you're competing in, the opportunities are different, right? Like if you run track and field, you're gonna run the 100, 200, and probably a relay, right? You got short distance runners, then you got long distance. In swimming, you got 4 strokes, you got 5 races, but you got the 200, you got the 4, you got the 8, you got the 15, and you swim in every. So like when you like Michael Phelps, right? Is Michael Phelps really a greater Olympian than Usain? Did he dominate more than Usain? Well, I don't know. He got more medals because he got more opportunities.
Yep.
Like I don't know how much weight that holds. Like being the most decorated when you come into the Olympics with 15 chances to medal.
Yeah, because they got relays.
They
got the teams for almost everything too. You got the 50 meter, 100 meter. So there is a lot of opportunities to get the medals. You know, like say if you play basketball, right? Like you're a women's basketball player, you play a whole Olympics and you get 1 medal.
Right. You got to listen. You got to go play through your whole qualifying field. And then you get to the seeding, and then you get to the actual games that matter, right? So you might play 7, 8. I think it's 8 games when it's all said and done, and you're going to get 1 medal. She's going to race
2 heats probably per
event, right? And get a medal every time. So it's like depending on your sport. Even Simone Biles, right?
Right. Yeah,
she's gonna do all events and then a couple.
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, how much weight does being the most decorated hold? It's always going to be a swimmer.
Yeah.
Well, that is a question. This is why Ray Lynn is good at what he does.
I'm trying to be on my best. I'm trying to be on my best behavior. I'm trying to be.
You ain't on your best behavior for too much longer. If I know you,
I'm trying to be on my best behavior.
Cool, McCain. I believe this is for you.
What I do?
No, what Damien put.
Put some
Oh,
on the
Damien.
WWE. Since people want to say wrestling is gymnastics, which I definitely say with the Young Bucks, put her in a match with Sol Ruka. I will say it again. A Young Bucks match is nothing more than a gymnastics event.
A Tiffany Stratton match is about 85% of gymnastics in it.
Yeah.
Man, she was a
Including her
gymnast.
finish.
She was a
I'm
gymnast.
not,
and
I'm
he
not,
was
I'm not
so
knocking
finished,
it.
bro.
I'm just agreeing with Damien
No.
to an extent.
Oh, you talking
Maybe
about
she
that
do
beautiful
go to,
finish? Yeah, I know.
maybe she do go to WWE next. You know what I'm saying? Put in a tag team with put in a tag team with my girl from Puerto Rico.
See, Damien.
Selena. Yeah,
See,
Selena.
see. Matter of fact,
Miss
Cole
Zelina.
Johnson, read this question for me before I answer this because I already know how to answer this question.
Question, speaking of Simone Biles, what's y'all's thoughts on people criticizing her husband for skipping the Hall of Fame game to support her in France?
The Bears gave him permission.
Get a
Yeah.
life. Get a mother
Listen,
freaking
man.
life.
First off,
My-
you don't. I wouldn't need permission.
That is true.
My thoughts are my wife is in the Olympics. She happens to be she has to be one of the prized focused athletes in the event in its entirety. Yeah. I don't care what I'm doing, I'm going.
I
would
mean,
She already
even
cleared
listen.
already
If she
cleared
was
for
a
the team.
bum,
Yeah, and playing clip for the team. So for the people who criticize Jonathan Owens for going over there and supporting them and not being with the Bears, man, kick rocks. And I'm hating the fact that you have individuals who are saying, well, he shouldn't be wearing her gold. Why is he wearing her gold medal? Because he's her husband. He's her husband. That's why. And I guarantee probably Simone probably put the medal on his neck.
Man, my baby won a bronze. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that thing on. She gonna put it on me. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? What's the problem? I feel like people hating because this man got a good relationship. He an athlete, she an athlete. They black, they ain't no problems. Everything looks smooth to them, and they gotta try to create some type of controversy in these people's relationship.
this it's the age of social media. Because guess what? Had he not went, the same people will be going. It's just a Hall of Fame game. It's a meaningless game. Olympics only come every 4 years. Why would he not go support his wife? That's what they would be saying.
Yep.
Yeah, this keyboard warriors will do just that, Ray. You're exactly right, bro.
People, man. People just people.
And we was talking about keyboard warriors yesterday.
Man, look at it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Now, unfortunately, Cole Johnson predicted this on the morning show, and it actually took place. USA knocked out in the quarterfinals by Morocco 4-0.
This is what the men do. The men, they do well enough in the group play. They get into the knockout stage, and normally it's around the quarterfinals where they get kicked out. They can't even compete for a medal because that has been almost the case if you look back, at least for I can remember, probably ever since '92. Maybe for the exceptions of when they even did worse than this. But that's just how the men's soccer team is.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that hurts the U.S. specifically is that you have to be 23 and under. You know, in the women's game, there is no age rule, so you can be however old and play. But with the men, you have to be 23 and under, and then they give you, like, if I remember, I think it's like 3 exceptions. So you can only have 3 active players on a team that are over 23. So I think the problem is in men's American soccer, there's not enough guys that have been developed as a group that can get together. They're 23 and under, and you sprinkle in 1 or 2, 3 of the better players that are over that, and they can compete on the world level. That's why the coach got fired, right? Because you got to revamp this program, and you got to start getting guys at 18, 17, and start, put them in prospective pools and get them ready to play, because you only have until 23, and then you're too old. You age out on the men's side. So I think you got to kind of change the way that we're developing the men for the Olympics because of the rules being different. And as Cole said, we haven't done it in a while. So it's time to get on it, man. It's time to really get on that.
Man, you raised a really good point, Cole. I have a niece who she was heavily into soccer until Unfortunately, she blew out her ACLs,
Mm-hmm.
and I do mean ACLs because she blew them out of both knees at around 14. But just hearing her talk about how much girls soccer is such a thing,
Oh yeah,
I was
my
like,
dude plays.
man, yeah. And then your daughter plays.
Yeah.
I never, and I'm talking about when we went to school. Never when I was in junior high or high school. Never when I went to college. Never since I've been an adult have I heard that same fervor about boys soccer.
And you won't.
And you won't, exactly, Ray. And I think that's why we have the issue that we have with the men's soccer team. It's like, okay, if you have the interest and you have the money, fine, come on. But it's not the concentrated level of honing your skills and being a team player in the sport like it is for the girls. And then when they get to become women, oh, they show out and show out. Or they show up and show out.
Well, that happens. And now we're going to get to another subject. Cole actually spent time on this subject here. And I would like to hear Cool McCain and Ray Lynn's thoughts on this. So before they two go,
I knew that's where he was going. I knew it.
I'm gonna have Cole Johnson give us a snippet of what he did on the morning show when it came to this.
All right. So yesterday there was a boxing match. If y'all don't know, it was between an Algerian boxer named Emine Khalif. She went against the Italian boxer Angela Serini. So about 45 seconds into the bout, Serini took about 2 good crosses right to the nose. She basically did a Roberto Duran in the ring, said no mas, knelt down. She said, this ain't fair, and just cried tears as she was kneeling in the middle of the ring. And then all of a sudden, the controversy started to ring. Oh, that's a man. That's a transgender man who fought this woman. That isn't fair. How dare you? And this is where we are now. Now, I can go into what I said further on the show, but just to lay out how it went, that's the facts as it is.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, here's the problem. Now, and we have been seeing issues and crap like this. Even we could even go into the Olympics portion of this. We'll go back to the opening ceremonies where people thought, oh, Lord, the Last Supper got mocked. But then you have to understand the Olympics came from Greece. It's a Greek event. What they were actually not mocking, they weren't really mocking, they were actually paying tribute to the Greek god Dionysius, who he's the god of wine, god of festivities, and you act an absolute fool. That's what they're portraying, but people went ham in saying, oh my gosh, the Last Supper got mocked. How dare you? Of course, we'll forget the fact that there's a picture that I have seen of the Last Supper with Donald Trump sitting in Jesus' seat. But I digress. So then we come, not even a week later, we have this controversy, and everybody and their mama, when they saw Khalif, they automatically said, well, this is a man, and I won't watch the Olympics again. How dare they do this? Oh, and then Khalif is not the only one. There's a Taiwanese boxer also that before this event took place, before that boxing match took place, they participated in a World Boxing Championship last year in Russia. They were both disqualified because both of them had too much testosterone in their system. But this year, not a problem. Now what people don't understand is that they jump to conclusions again. Khalif is not a woman, is not a man who's claiming to be a woman. No. There was an African doctor who at birth said, oh, that's a girl. So Khalif is a straight up woman. She just happens to have high testosterone levels. But I will take you to a few years back. There was another African athlete, a South African sprinter. Her name, Caster Semenya. And she won gold in back-to-back Olympics. And she tried to participate in an event they disqualified her. Why? Because they claimed that she was a man competing as a woman. She challenged that. The same thing with the South African sprinter was the same thing that happened to the Algerian boxer. A doctor in Africa looked at her at birth and said, congratulations, you're a girl. And before she could compete again, the IOC said, quote, take testosterone blockers, close quote. So why is it that we have a sprinter who has to take testosterone blockers on one end, but the other doesn't have to do so? She can go in as is. So to those who want to jump at conclusions, do your research before you speak, because as the saying, it is better to be thought of as a fool than to actually be known that you're a fool when you open your mouth and remove all doubt. And to the IOC, if you're going to have this standard that you have for Casa Semenya, then you got to do the same thing for Imene Khalif. If you're going to ask her to get testosterone blockers, you got to ask this boxer to do the same. Because you can't have two different standards for the same problem.
Ray Lynn, what you think?
So this right here on the screen, that's the picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a man. We talking about the one with the glasses, right?
No, the other one, the one
in the boxing gear.
Oh, the one about the woman. Okay, got it. So, like, it's funny, man. He made all the same. I've been on Facebook arguing with people up and down because media has a way of doing things. It's all clickbait. You'll be on YouTube and you see like a picture of a celebrity and they in the hospital bed and it's like, it's a shame what happened to them. And you click and it's like somebody's music video, right? Like that's what this is. It's all clickbait. Everybody took the term biological male and just ran with it. Right. And now you got everybody in the uproar saying this man shouldn't be fighting and they comparing it to trans. And I don't know how much y'all work with Jacob Christensen. I just got off his post and he's talking about this is so unfair. And they keep comparing it to the trans women that came in first in cycling. I'm like, these is apples and oranges, man. This is somebody who was born as a woman. Like, she's a woman. Here's my thing. Where was y'all at in 2020 when she lost in the Olympics?
Nowhere to be found.
Nobody cared when she lost, right? Anytime people start dominating, anytime people are too good at something, people have to throw shade some kind of way. Now that she's, first off, I looked her up. Her record is 42-9. Y'all telling me this man done lost to a woman 9 times? That's what y'all telling me? Because if you saying this is a man, you saying this man has went in the ring 9 times and lost to a woman. I doubt it. Right, it's only a problem because she was winning in dominating fashion. Because that poor little girl got in there and got punched in her face and cried. It's a woman. It's a woman. Like, you know, I don't know how much of an advantage it gives her to have these high levels of testosterone. I don't know if they develop over time and it makes her so. Because again, in 2020, she lost in the first round. Nobody cared. And you mentioned her being banned last year. It's some controversy with that, too, because that governing body was ran by the Russians and she didn't get banned until she beat a Russian. Go figure. Right. So it's a lot of underlying elements to this. But on the surface, the reality is she's a woman. She's a woman. Right. Like we can't like if you want to say she shouldn't compete because her testosterone level gives her an unfair advantage. I'm willing to listen to that.
Same.
But when you start calling her a man and you start comparing it to trans athletes, you're talking about people who were born as men, have lived their entire life as men, woke up one day and said, hey, I identify. That's not the same thing.
Nope.
She's a woman. She can give birth. You mean like and then somebody told me today, oh, so now we're basing gender off what's between their legs. I said, haven't we always? Like I don't know, man. Like I don't know what's going on anymore. But that's a woman, right? A very strong woman. We all done met some manly women in our day. Some of y'all probably knocked a few of them back too. You know what I'm saying? Like we done all met some manly women in our day. Like she's a strong, physical, manly type woman is what she is, and she gonna go in there and punch some more people in the face too. Watch.
And Carter them type of woman in the WWE ain't gonna hold you.
Nope. Nobody cares that Brittany Griner playing in the WNBA. She did an interview the other day. They said, "You're going to be a great mother." She said, "Pops." I said, "What?"
Woman, please.
But don't nobody care, right? She playing in the WNBA.
Right.
I was actually going to start off there, Ray. You are completely correct.
Oh, please do.
Breanna walk around here looking more like a dude than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again, Cole. Yeah.
All the difference is I can grow a beard and she can't. But once she figured it out, she probably look way more manly than me. But you know what I'm saying? That's a female. Now Khalif, this is a manly looking woman.
Yeah,
it's plenty of manly looking women out here. We all probably got at least one in our family too somewhere. But you're still a woman. My issue is the testosterone. If you have higher levels of testosterone, if you have women that you know that genetically have a higher level of testosterone, shouldn't you be testing them and making sure that they're in whatever you say is the proper area before you allow them to compete? You know what I'm saying? Now you can't test them the day of, but you can test like the day before or whatever, and just make sure that their testosterone levels are right. And they should be taking those same testosterone pills that they asked the sprinter to take. Hey, take these to lower your testosterone, because we don't have a problem with you being maybe physically a little bit stronger because you're a little bit more manly than some women. You can't help how your genes mix, but you are a woman. But having higher testosterone than the average woman is a competitive advantage. So you should try to limit that as much as possible. But outside of that, I mean, competing, because at first I thought that this was actually a dude that was competing as a woman. So when I saw that, I'm like, yo, what in the world? But then as I, did what the dirty words, I started researching, right? And making sure that I understood what I was going to talk about before I talked about it. It's a dirty word. But I did the dirty word, y'all. I researched and I found out, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, she's a female, was considered a female at birth. It's just a matter of the testosterone. Keep that at the level where it's fair playing field across the board. As long as you do that, that's the same thing as allowing somebody to take anabolic steroids, right? You're going to be stronger and better if you have an advantage. But this is natural, so it's not like she's injecting, but just for comparison for people who may not understand what I'm saying here. Her naturally cool is just if the testosterone is high, take those blockers, make sure it's in the right level, let her do her thing. If she knock everybody out, she knock them out. She's got knocked out before too. Maybe her testosterone was lower then. Maybe over time it increased. Maybe she didn't take blockers now because she's like, whatever. But as long as that's good, what else can you really say about
it? Here's a comment I think Cole Johnson would love.
Men's U.S. soccer, thank you, Damien. Men's U.S. soccer games is like watching the Jets play every season. And Ryan, I didn't even have to say it. Good job, Damien.
I knew you would love that. That's why I put it up there. Yo, oh my gosh, you and the Jets. It's not even you and the Jets. It's just you and the quarterback.
Especially when Aaron Rodgers is starting quarterback of the Jets.
Like I said, ain't even you and the Jets. It's you and the quarterback.
I knew that was coming.
That's why I put it up there.
Y'all fans that watch faithfully probably don't know me, but I'm just so glad because those jokes used to be about my Lions. I'm just glad it's not us no more. It's not us that people make it.
What it can be about your Lions now, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad it's not us no more, man.
I mean, it's always gonna come around. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be down for a bit, then you're gonna come up.
Real quickly to the golf world, because golfing is taking place over in Paris.
For a long time,
Tommy
y'all.
Fleetwood, Evander Schauffele, and Hideki Matsuyama all tied at 11 under going into the weekend. Scotty Scheffler down here tied at 10 at 6 under. So we're gonna see which country will be represented at the end of Sunday. Yep. And then for your gold medal and medal counts, USA not currently. I gotta see, make sure they did update. 41 so far, leading by 10 over host France, but it's the gold that we want. And China,
you're well behind.
And China is up 4 right now, as they have 13 gold medals. USA has 9, tied with the host France. So, but like I said earlier, track and field is just getting started. So we can probably count some more. We can probably count some more goals in track and field. So we shall see. Okay, that will do it for around the Olympics. Oh, and by the way, Novak Djokovic won a straight set, so we will get the rematch. tomorrow.
Y'all trying
Carlos
to put the man out the
Alcaraz.
pasture before he ready to go out the pasture.
Carlos Alcaraz. Novak Djokovic. For gold. I will be looking forward to see. I'll be looking forward to see how that match goes.
Man.
But
Man, y'all make me proud to be a black man. I'm so glad it's an intelligent black. Proud of y'all.
All right, we're gonna take our commercial break. Then when we come back, we're gonna get into it. The reason why we are here. USA basketball, and we're off to a good start on both sides.
I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the excitement and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA Knight. Oh, okay. Then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crown they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shooting the Light Side. I got the crew here. I got the morning shift with Cole Johnson. So it's Cole Johnson here. I got Eagles Elite. We'll play Carters. Models of Wrestling. You seen the commercial. Cool McCain in the building. And sports reporter without pay, Ray Lynn in the building. And they didn't want to take shots at Ray Lynn's team. I'm not doing no. Damien, you're not helping me at all. I'm the first game on the docket.
Give it time. The Lions will be the same old Lions sooner or later. That is cold.
Damien's a Bears fan. He needs to stop.
I think you on mute, Ray.
Yeah, I think you're in mute, Ray. Oh my, that's cold.
First off, I said that brother should be very thankful I found the Lord. I'm gonna act right today, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna act right. Listen, you know what's crazy? Every year, man, if you go back and look at the Lions' history, my adult life, every time we had a good season, the next season was atrocious. Like the year we went like 10-6 and made the playoff, and we had Stafford, Calvin Johnson, we had Ndamukong Suh, we had Nick Fairley, Trey Black. Like we had a really good Reggie Bush, really talented squad. Then we came back the next year and won like 6 games, and it was like, yo, every time I believe in this team, they let me down. Until now, man, this feels because coming into this year, if you go back and look at the sports arena, Eric was really high on him, and I was like, we'll see. This feels different, man. Like Dan Campbell has done something in Detroit, and the city is rocking, bro. I was up there for the draft. It was crazy. Like the city is believing in football again, man, and that's huge too, man. Going out playing in front of your fans and they really believe in you. So, like, it's something different going on in Detroit, and this is coming from a guy who has said those very words that he said numerous times, like, they'll be back. I don't know.
Well, you're coming off a season where, a Lions team, the Lions franchise hasn't done this. I mean, you now have 2 playoff wins in Detroit. I mean,
dude,
the last time you can say that, none of us were born. So,
right, like that's unbelievable.
Yeah. So Detroit should be. They should be amped, and I would be if I was a Detroiter. Heck yeah.
All right. My brother, my man, Dre Day's in the building. What's up,
Dre? What's up, man? I wish you were here, bro.
Work.
I wish you were here, man.
Well, he's at work. That's why.
Well, I know. I know.
Hey, man, y'all. So I'm at work. You see how we do it, you know?
Oh, his work is different.
Yeah.
You know, he worked at one of them. I think he worked at one of the hospitals.
Oh yeah, he can't do this. Not a hospital.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk basketball. It was the most anticipated game for Team USA because it was South Sudan. Mm-hmm. And then 2 weeks ago, it was the South Sudan team that sent the country of America into almost chaos. 1-on-1, the 100, if you remember, LeBron James with the game-winner layup. And the country of the United States almost lost their mind. Going all this way of saying, see, this is why Team USA will not medal in the Paris Olympics. We can't beat a team from Africa by only 1 point.
You speak to Brian Snow?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, you must not even know. I've been catching this left and right ever since that game.
He's been catching. They've been catching. I give him. They've been catching. I've been seeing him catching. I've been putting laughing emojis on there.
I've been catching this left and right. I mean, I'm like,
I had to ask.
Yeah, This has even Ray got to me a couple times, right? So.
No, we was talking about Tatum.
We're talking about Tatum. No, I'm just saying. When it come to me getting caught by it, everybody was coming for me. I'm like, damn.
Dang, man.
So, Ray, you ain't know that everybody was coming for me. Like,
bro, listen, man. Listen, you will find out, or you have found out. All y'all, if you do this stuff, man, the people who don't do this, man, is one of those heavy as the head that wears the crown. Like when you're a regular everyday guy like us, but you do this sports stuff and you on Facebook and people see you, you're there, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, yeah.
If they can get you one time, they done did something. You're there. Your regular Facebook friends, you're there, crimed up like you're the one. He think he know everything because he be doing his sports show. Oh, bro, yeah, been there, done that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, most anticipated matchup people wanted to see. How would this go round 2 between the two? All I can say is 103 to 86.
Yeah, they came to play this time.
I mean, and then we can go to the statistics. I got those for you. You know, almost 53% shooting for Team USA.
I could take that in three. Yeah,
43.3% from 3-point range.
Mm-hmm.
As you notice, South Sudan didn't hit them threes like they did in the exhibition game.
Nope.
Right.
38% from 3-point range this time. They out rebound Team USA because Team USA was pretty much putting the ball in the bucket. 29 assists on 37 made shots to South Sudan, 17 assists, 13 steals by Team USA, only 9 for South Sudan, and 7 blocks. Oh, and by the way, to Cole Johnson, unfortunate because he likes to laugh at certain people. One guy didn't play, and Kuma came. Who didn't play in that game?
I was gonna say 7 blocks, and none of them came from whom?
The process. All jokes aside, I believe that Team USA has an agreement with the 76ers, and they only have so many minutes that he can play.
Oh no!
So they was like, you know what? This probably ain't the best matchup for NBA anyway, so he can just sit this game. Like, not even being funny. I do believe that because as I'm watching, he was not mad at all. He was like, what up? He was chilling. They did well without him. I think they were able to run. Embiid seemed to be a little bit slower because I don't think he's 100%. I don't think he like injured, but you know how you just not 100%. I don't think he's 100%. And plus, I mean, he hasn't been playing his best basketball so far. So,
that's true.
I mean, it worked out. You know what I'm saying? Bam snapped.
Like Bam Adebayo
came
to play, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, and he hit 2 threes.
Yes, he did.
He's struggling from 3-point range. LeBron James, 12, 7, and 5. And they're right. The reason why, y'all see 10, 3 for 3, and 3 steals.
Bronsexuals. How about this? Stroke it with these numbers.
Oh, they still gonna moisturize them down.
Oh Lord.
Not bronsexual. I want y'all to understand something here.
Here.
Because when there was an uproar about Jason Tatum not playing against Siberia, a lot of people was pointing at Derek White. I understand. Jason Tatum, this, that, third, the first, all that. Okay. And Derek White is a world player.
Jenna Brown. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, man, sorry. Allergies. Summer allergies. I'm sorry.
You and your ad libs, okay?
Oh, Ben Caro's out there too.
But there, every time that South Sudan was trying to make a run, Derek White defensively did something to quell that, and then hit a 3 on offense.
Barry White?
Derek White.
Oh, okay.
Don't you?
Well, make sure I didn't hear Barry.
I do also got to point out that Tyrese Halliburton, who they ain't want to play either in the first game,
got some time.
2 nice threes to extend some leads too. And the aforementioned Jason Tatum, while he didn't do a lot on the stat sheet, if you watch the game, and I know Playmaker, I know you watched the game. I'm sure Ray, if you could, you watched it. I know Cole, if you could, you watched it. I was able to catch it, and Jason Tatum did exactly what a lot of people say that he's not capable of doing. So if we're gonna give Derek White props for the stats, let's give Jason Tatum props for being the Derek White type player on this team for this game. He went out there, he made a nice block. He was active with his hands. He was actually engaged on the defensive end. He was passing the ball. He was moving the ball around. He was not playing like Boston Celtics Jason Tatum. So I got to give him some props for that too, because he said, I'll be the glue guy this game. I go out there and do whatever's needed. It don't have to show up on the scoreboard. So just saying, I know you about to go into your love fest for Derek White, but you got to give Jason Tatum his props for saying, I'll be the glue guy this game. I ain't got to be the scorer. And he did that.
No, I'm just saying because people saying Derek White should be on the team. I'm like, did y'all not just look at the game?
He shouldn't be on the team.
He should be.
He shouldn't be. Like, the only reason Derek White is on the team, this all goes back to 2004, right? We saw in 92, once they let professionals play for USA, right? When we went out and sent the 12 best, or 12 of the best, minus Christian Laettner, right? Yeah. In the world, like, we dominated. You know what I'm saying? We talking D-Rob, Ewing, Malone, Barkley, Pippen, Mullen, Drexler, Magic, Mike, Stockton. Who's the other guy? I'm missing one.
Ewing.
Whatever. I said Ewing, D-Rob, Malone, Barkley, Pippen, Bird,
Weren't they lost on
Drexler.
that team?
That's who it was. It was Bird because Bird didn't really play. It was Bird.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that team was the way they structured that team. It was basically two at every position.
Basically, right.
Right. And with Bird not playing, your small force was Mullen and Pippen. A lot of people, and the picture been floating around today. A lot of people don't talk about how good the '96 team was, with Shaq, David Robinson, Ewing, Malone, Barkley, GP was on that team, Stockton was on that team, Penny Hardaway. Like when we were sending those guys, man, dude, nobody was going like. And then what happened is we got lazy and just started sending anybody, right? Like the 04 team that went, they sent the 3 rookies, right? You send LeBron, Wade, and Melo as rookies. Who was it? Marbury,
Allen Iverson.
Iverson, and then it was like a lot of a lot of guys who was like fringe stars on that team.
Right.
Then 08 comes around and we send the dogs again. But then what they did in 08 was like this whole, well, let's build a team and build a culture. And they start putting role players like Tayshaun Prince. Like if you talking about sending your best players, Tayshaun Prince ain't got no business on no dream team. You know what I'm saying? Carlos Boozer ain't got no business on no dream team. Michael Redd, as good as he is, no business. Derek White has no business on a team when guys like Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox aren't on a team. You get what I'm saying? But because this new era guys, don't nobody want to do the dirty work like Kane just said Tatum was doing. If everybody's willing to do that, if your stars are willing to do that, then you don't need to send a Derek White. You don't need to send a 0-time all-star. Like if we're gonna send our best, Derek White got no business on the team. If we're gonna send our best, right? For what it is and him doing what he's doing, great. Drew Holiday ain't got no business on the team. If we're being honest, if we're gonna send our best, them 2 guard spots in a league with Trae Young, John Morant, DeJounte Murray, like, and I'm naming the lower level guys. Like I said, you got Brunson, you got Fox, like that guy, Donovan Mitchell. These guys ain't got no business on the team if we sending our best. But United States decide we got enough guys that's gonna do that. We got LeBron, we got KD, we got Steph, we got Ant-Man, we got Booker. We need some guys to do the dirty work. Cool, I get it. It works, right? It works. Like it is what it is. Although I think the whole them winning by 1, like it's not a story, man. This whole idea that people have caught up with the United States, blasphemous. Nobody's close, right? No one country is even remotely close to us. Now, as a whole, foreigners are making their impact in the league. You look at the last 5 MVPs, I think it is, 6. If you want to count them,
5 out of the last 6 MVPs in the NBA have been non-US born. Yeah.
Truthfully, Embiid's a foreigner too, but he decided to do it just like Akeem played for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The next 2 or 3 might be too, with SGA and Luka. Mm-hmm. But no one country. Like Canada got 10 NBA players, and they not even close to us.
Because it's not the same caliber. Like
right.
The gap is closer, but it's not completely closed off. It's just closer. So you're not gonna go out there and blow out dudes by 40 no more. You might
right.
It'd be more like 15 to 20. Yeah. Like
exactly.
Like this South Sudan game was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think any country poses a threat to the United States, right? When they play, this is what's going to happen. Like when you put legends like LeBron, Steph, and KD on the same team, and it's funny, people are like, oh, Embiid didn't play. Them other 2 dudes is playing center for us, done been in the NBA Finals in the past couple years. Bam been in 2 NBA Finals as a starting center on this team. AD was a starting center and won an NBA championship. They could the only person we need Embiid for is Serbia.
Serbia, and if we have to match up against France.
Yeah, I was about to say France.
Yeah,
listen, while we playing, we match up with France. You for them 2 boys, you probably gonna need AD and Bam. Honestly, because that boy Wemby different.
You can get Embiid to guard Rudy Gobert.
You gonna need all 3. They gonna need them 15 fouls for Wemby, dog.
Yeah.
I'll say this about your point, Ray. I can't dispute anything as of now. The issue that I have with Team USA is you have this panic fight where you have to send all the big dogs when you have ridiculous showings, such as the FIBA team the year before. And then we have to have all the big dogs come to prove that Team USA is the best brand of basketball, period. Well, 4 years from now, we won't be having KD, we won't be having LeBron, we won't be having Curry. And the issue that I have is who's going to be the next level that's going to step up in their stead. And I'm not seeing too many that can. Now, to be fair, it should be Jason Tatum. It should be Anthony Edwards. It should be Jalen Brunson. It should be those, obviously.
It'd be Jalen Brown too.
And Jalen Brown. It should be them. Not debating that, not saying that. I just haven't, both in the league and in international play, have seen any of them say, all right, guys, you've had your time. Now it's my time. That's the only issue I have. Because 2028 is going to come, and I'm thinking we might be embarrassed again on the international stage before we get there, and saying, well, so who's going to be the big dog savior now?
I would like to give you my theory on that. What I believe is that we have a lot of guys who acquiesce to LeBron, Steph,
big
KD.
degree.
Because what happens is these dudes have been playing so long that they grew up. These dudes were kids. You know what I'm saying? When like little kids, when these dudes was in the league, they've been in the league so long. So you kind of like, that's LeBron. I remember when I was 5 and LeBron was playing. You know what I'm saying? So I think you kind of have that level of, I don't want to step on his toes. But to your point, a true dog don't give a crap who out there.
100.
I want to see Anthony Edwards match some of this talk he been having.
100.
What you
just said, 100.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the skill, he's got the game, he's got the ability. But you got to kind of step up in these last few games and start the show, because you got like him, you know, like Ray put De'Aaron Fox, you know, like I said earlier, Paolo Banchero, some of these other guys that they've been in the league a couple of years. You got to start
in here, right?
Getting them in there, and you got to get them in this process. We shouldn't be going to the championships that's 1 or 2 years before the Olympics with a team full of second tier players and garbage. And then when they lose and everybody's like, uh-oh, now everybody got to come. Why don't you just be there to begin with? That's all you got to do. Now, I can understand the OGs like LeBron and them, they're not going to do that because they got to save them legs and them backs and them knees.
Yeah.
So they ain't going to do it. But you got a lot of other dudes that didn't go in there either.
That are under 30. Right.
That are under 30,
Cole Johnson, I think you're going to love this.
Damon Hernandez says, funny how KD can find a way to save the U.S. from losing in the Olympics, but can't do anything to save his hairline.
One could be said, that could be said for Sir LeBron as well.
Well, I mean, KD did save his hairline. He did get a haircut one time.
He said one time.
The things that I deal with.
I remember back in band camp when KD got a haircut that time.
Wait, how is Embiid even on the U.S. team? I thought he was born out of the country. Yes, he was, but he has U.S. citizenship. What makes it funny, though, to me, he has French citizenship, too. So why this is the question I wanted to ask you, Playmaker. Why did he throw the middle finger to the French?
I have no idea. Okay?
Oh, I know why. Because he wanted to win a gold medal.
That could be the reason.
That may be true. But, dog, you're going to have the Olympics come to one of the countries where you have citizenship in. Why would you want to do it then? Heck, I'd save it up for 4 years later when it's in the U.S. and then you can be with the U.S. team then.
He ain't going to be able to play 4 years either.
Well, he ain't playing now.
Right. So how much worse is it going to be in 4 years?
He's playing tomorrow.
I agree. I would agree with you, man. But
jeez. He's playing tomorrow, okay? Wow. Come on, he ain't playing now. He's playing tomorrow.
I saw DNP, sir. That's what I saw.
DNP/CD.
He's playing tomorrow against Puerto Rico, okay? Good gracious. And he played against Serbia.
Yeah, he played against Serbia, and
He played against Serbia.
that was the most fun I had in watching that game.
The
Every time he
unathletic,
touched the ball,
slow
entered and
team.
left the field or left the arena, he got roundly booed.
Cole Johnson, bro.
Cole be the
Every
only
time he
person that
touched
be
the ball,
happy.
every time he subbed for somebody, and every time he got subbed for, lustful boos. That was the most fun I had watching USA versus Serbia.
I think Cole Johnson got more personal rivals than me and Cool combined.
And we got a lot. That's the funny thing.
Jeez. If it ain't LeBron in 1 minute, it's Jordan be the next minute, then it's Kawhi Leonard another minute.
And
Then it's the
like
Terry Tennessee touch the next minute.
Right. And it ain't like we ain't got our own problems yet. Oh, yeah. Cole does have a specific set that is ever expanding of
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Jeez, man.
You're correct, Cole. You 100% correct, sir.
Hey, but you know what? It makes it fun, man. I love it. I love it.
I bet. So, Joel Embiid didn't play, like Steve Kerr said. Steve Kerr came out and said, I'm trying to win a gold medal, all right? I'm not worried about what people back home thinking right now.
Good Lord, these summer allergies again. I'm sorry. Ooh.
Okay, Will Smith.
Look, I'm allergic to. I can't help it.
This ain't our robot. Oh, you think I wasn't gonna catch that?
Oh, I know you caught it. I know you were going to catch it when I did it.
Even though he echoing what I've been saying the whole time. I don't care who plays. I want gold.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. But if you're going to have certain personnel on, if you're going to have certain personnel on your team, use them correctly.
Yeah,
that's the only issue I have.
Yeah.
Like I agree with Cool. Why the heck you got Tyrese Halliburton and you ain't going to use them in Serbia?
He said it was a matchup thing.
Just because he said it don't mean it's true.
Did I say it was true? I'm just
saying that's garbage. That's bull crap. That's hogwash. That's haberdashery.
All right. All right, Stephen A. McClain.
That's what that is.
I'm loving these sanitized curse words. This is beautiful.
That's what Steve Kerr said, all right? That's all. That's what I'm saying. Remember, because when we first did it, we were talking about who's going to be the one sitting against South Sudan. It happened to be Joel Embiid.
Happened to be Embiid.
But I'm saying, but here's even my point with that. I honestly believe that, seriously, all jokes aside, I honestly believe that they we only want him to play so many minutes because they want him to be healthy for next year. 76ers do. But I'm
right.
Yeah. And my point is, but everybody else, look how better against a better team that Steve Kerr did in the rotations. And the South Sudan was making runs at times. I'm not saying that they were ever a threat to beat Team USA, but they had knocked it down to under 10 multiple times. Right? They were making some runs, and it was getting quelled by, Derek White had a couple of shots. Halliburton had one. Drew Holiday had one. There's a couple of guys. Of course, KD had some that had a couple of shots to kind of quell the run or different runs that they were trying to get on.
Speaking of Drew Holiday,
Drew
Holiday has an ankle injury, so his status is questionable for tomorrow.
Who's that?
Drew Holiday.
And the thing is, if he can't play, you just play Halliburton more minutes, and you'll be fine for a game.
Or does that go to Jason Tatum or Devin Booker?
Jason Tatum, to me, plays more of a wing position. Holiday is more of your point guard. So if you're going to replace him, you need to place him with another distributor. Halliburton is a distributor if he's given that responsibility.
Yeah, I was about to say that's if they consider him one.
Yeah. If he's given that responsibility, he's another facilitator, which is what I would want to replace Drew Holiday. Because I look at point guard, wings, bigs. So
here's a question I think everybody in Golden State is asking themselves right about now.
Where is this Steve Kerr when the Warriors play? Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, The answer is you've got enough guys now that'll go in his office and sit down and put their feet on his desk and be like, look here, mother sucker, I ain't come over here for this. I need some minutes. I ain't saying you got to start me, but I'm not going to sit over here on the bench and play 3 minutes or be like Tyrese last game and Jason Tatum. We're not doing that. You need to get me some minutes. Do I need to remind you? Do I need to go to the assistant? But, hey, I ain't played but like 5 minutes. Like, what do we need to do to help you be better on the rotations? And Golden State's players ain't going to do that. That's why I think a difference is happening. That's personal opinion, of course, but that's what I think.
Oh, they won't do that. To me, in large part because you got Stephen Curry, who actually, well, I think he loves the way things are rolling in the Bay Area outside of going to and winning chips.
I bet he does.
You know what? With all this craziness on to the place, I'm taking a commercial break here. All right. And then when we come back, we'll get to the win.
Yes, sir.
All right. The largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant. Weather. Devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States. Inspiration. A breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Into the Net FC.
Kylian Mbappe just all of a sudden finally understood his role, and I think he finally understood that everything Kylian Mbappe has accomplished already, you know, there is still a hell of a lot waiting for him in the future. Kylian Mbappe is only 24 years old. He has accomplished so much, and you know what? Kylian Mbappe has not even reached his prime. Finally seeing, you know, the Marcus Rashford we have been hoping for such a long time, you know. But, you know, this game, you know, after everything Manchester United has been, you know, doing lately, you know, this was actually the ultimate test, you know, to see if Manchester United, you know, honestly was all of a sudden for real.
I explained this. The United States, maybe they have to suffer this loss as a lesson to learn to prepare for the future. Because 4 years from now, the World Cup is in not 1, not 2, but 3 countries. The United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Into the Net FC is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Shop hats and official sports gear at Liz. Liz is the leader and #1 destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you, making it the perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gear. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback adjustable fitted hat or beanie from thousands of college and pro teams. Browse the very latest sports jerseys and t-shirts from the best teams out there. Liz has officially licensed professional and college sport team apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Liz.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Bobby J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Bobby J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shining Lights Out. Raylan and Kuma King had to step away for a minute. But before we continue on, Leon Marche has officially created his legacy in the country of France. This man took his fourth and final gold medal of these Olympics in the 200-meter IM.
Go ahead, mon Sean. Do your thing, man.
He's ended his Olympic run for this year with 4 gold medals.
Well, I know he's probably going to be the happiest story when it comes to France for the Olympics.
And then
probably take some credit for it, but
and then the United States takes a hit. Cameron Martineva won the men's 50-meter freestyle.
Wow.
Yep. Australia strikes again. Caleb, unfortunately, finished 6th in the race. He ain't even medal. And speaking of Australia, Caitlin McCarry, she won the 200 backstroke for the women's of Australia. So the Aussies in the entire swimming pool of events have taken home 7 gold medals.
So all that trash talk is paying off.
Yep, it is. All that trash talking is paying off. This and some more updates. The women's 3x3 team, they have won 3 straight. They went from 1-3 to now 3-3. And keeping their defense of the gold medals alive. And then Cole might laugh at this when I say this. He might get a kick out of this. But the men finally found a way to win one. And they beat the host France 21-19.
They got on the board.
They got on the board. That's all I can say. They got on the board.
I was backstage thinking, speaking of getting on the board, I'd like to get back on the board.
So, yeah, I don't know if you heard everything, but the Aussies is taking over swimming.
That's not a surprise. I mean, you expected it to come into the thing. And my man that lost the 50 meter, I was watching, and he was in second for a small portion. He was in third. Then he just wasn't there no more.
Right.
I mean,
it was a so you saying it was a gradual disappearance that happened?
Yeah, like he was there. I'm like, okay, he got it. I was looking at, because when I look, they highlight the American lane, so I was looking at him, and I was like, okay, like he in second, third, right? I looked at the other people. I looked back, and he was like at 5th. I was like, well, dang, just that quick.
Yep, just that quick, and yep,
and he couldn't catch back up.
And Leon Marche will forever be a legend in France. He might not have to pay for anything else ever again.
And that speaks to Ray's point earlier. 4 gold medals. That means he had at least 4 opportunities to win medals.
And he won all of them.
He won all of them. But I mean, I expected that. I saw him in the first one. His first swim, I was like, yeah. And he home. So you always get that little home burst too. Come on now. Just like in 2028.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I cannot wait.
Ah,
I cannot wait.
So
in
Drew,
the building. Mr. Drew Willingham, how you doing, sir? You came in just in time to hear us
Really
talk.
in the building.
Let's get to the women. The women was taking on. Ooh. I wish Megan was there because Megan said, "Don't be shocked if this game becomes tight." This game was tight.
she was right. I was gonna say, well, she's not the Queen of Hoops or nothing. She was right.
Yeah.
Belgium came to play.
They physical. They get up in you. They was embarrassed the game before this, so they came in with a little extra motivation. They got a lot of turnovers off Asia, but I will say Asia stayed very focused. She didn't really let it bother her. She still made shots. She still made plays.
Like I said, it's 87-74.
Yeah.
The win streak goes up to 57 straight.
That's impressive.
For the women's in Olympic play. 57.
Let's just say we could put it real simple. Very simple. The two leaders of this team performed, and then the other ladies did what they needed to. Alyssa Thomas, she did well, and her minutes.
You mean these two ladies?
I do mean those
two right there.
Yeah, and Stu. They don't play this team no win. So Breanna Stewart, when she played, she did what was needed in this game, which was a lot of facilitating, hit a couple of shots. The Gold Mamba got a nice timely 3 when it was needed for the team. The ladies that weren't used to physicality, like they was trying to kill Asia Wilson. Like they was literally trying to kill her out there.
So
she's not a big frame woman, right? So it's easier to lean, foul, attack her because no matter how strong she gets, she just doesn't have that sort of frame.
You can get to tire her out, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she held herself well. I feel like the substitutions could have been a little crisper for the women's team this game, but also the coach may have been more concerned with trying to keep like what was working at times. But I felt like the way that they were as physical as they were being, they did a good job of it.
So,
can we put Damien's comment up there? Can we put Damien's comment, please? I just want to say one thing about this. We keep hearing this. So, Damien, I don't know how much women's basketball you actually do or don't watch, and I'm not going to try to make an assumption on that, but I'm going to say this.
How?
I'm sitting here talking about physicality. The weakest part of Caitlin Clark's game is physicality. You put her out here against that Belgian team, and she's flying like a rag doll. You understand what I'm saying? And it's no knock to her. So there's these clicks. You either got to love Caitlin Clark or you got to hate her. I don't love Caitlin Clark. I don't hate Caitlin Clark. I think in another year or two, she's going to be one of the top players in the WNBA. But she's got to learn how to deal with physicality. And one thing about these Olympics, I don't think her or Angel Reese were ready for this level of physicality because these women are physical. They understand that there's a talent gap. So how do you make up for a talent gap? When you were young and you go play basketball at whatever your little park was or your place to get together and play, right? And you would play like king of the court, like you win, you stay on, you lose, you off. That team that's been on 2 or 3 games, you want to beat them, what you start doing? Getting into people, pushing them, being physical, trying to wear them down. That's not a strength of Caitlin Clark's game. So to say, oh, she would be a help right now is laughable, honestly, because if the problem was they needed more shooting and they needed a better facilitator, but they weren't playing in a physical game or that she had already kind of gotten to that point where the physicality doesn't affect her that much, then you would have an argument, in my opinion. But that's not where she's at. So to me, this is a game that shows like, wow, at this point, yeah, it would have been nice for popularity, but for actually winning and setting the pace and showing who you are, I think they made the best choices with women who were able to handle this physical style of play.
Yeah. Yeah, game functionality matters more than anything.
Did y'all watch the Japan game?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to watch I watched highlights. Did
I not see up in your grill hard-nosed defense from Japan?
Yeah.
Can Caitlin Clark handle that?
Nope. Nope. She barely can handle that in college. And we saw that.
In your grill defense by Japan.
She couldn't handle that in college, and we saw that. And I'm talking about her senior year, and we saw that.
And the thing is, she'll be ready by 2028.
She'll be fine. Yeah.
She'll be ready. She'll put on a little bit of muscle. She'll learn how to play through some of the
She'll grow.
physicality.
Yeah, she'll grow in her game. Yeah.
And she'll be fine. Reese will be a star in the league then too.
Mm-hmm.
And according to Damian, she'll be a star of the league too.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Team USA shot almost 45% from the field, 35% from three. They took less threes, but they hit the same amount of threes they did against Japan.
Yeah. Rebounds.
Belgium shot 41, almost 41.5% from the field, 18.5% from three. Ugh. Is it me or these teams that's trying to shoot threes because they playing against USA?
It's that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're trying to get there, that's like I watched the USA play and they do a good job of defense and do a good job of rotating and everything. But you're gonna get open if you continually pass the ball around, and you're gonna get that open three. It's hard to make them when you got a lot of pressure. And the US the women's team, they put a lot of pressure. Like they go in when they go in, and I like that.
I like that too.
25 assists for Team USA, 8 steals, 4 blocks. Like I said, and y'all probably looking at they won by 13. Trust me, it didn't feel like no 13-point game.
But what I'm liking though, they ruled the boards. That I like. That I like. And they weren't so bad from three. I could take 36%.
Yeah, 35, 36%. Yeah.
I could take that. I could take that.
Especially when a team is up in you, like not just chilling, but up in you. Like they're not
right.
They weren't giving them shots. Like they was working for their shots.
Right. And I actually like the fact they didn't take but only 14. So they relied on the inside out. I like that. They did continue to do that.
So Breanna Stewart, 26 points, 7 boards, 3 blocks. She also had 3 assists. And Asia Wilson, 23 points, 13 boards, 3 steals.
Asia could have had 35 if she didn't have as many turnovers.
Yeah.
Or miss shot close to the bucket. If she has some. She had a couple of those too,
but you don't get those when you're getting bumped.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, and it's not a knock. I'm just saying, like, they were able to turn her over enough to make it more difficult. And a lot of those turnovers, and somebody watched a lot of basketball, played basketball, they put the person delivering the pass in a situation where they could only put the ball in one spot. And then the defender was aware that that's where the ball was going to have to go. So they were able to make it difficult on some of the low catches that she had to get, some of the where she could only spin one way, and she had to catch the ball on the side she really couldn't spin to because of what the defense was allowing. So they were prepared defensively to get his team all they could, and they did.
Yeah, so like I said, hard for our game and whatnot. It was, I'm just happy they got past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, and that 13-point lead did not feel like a 13-point lead watching.
Oh, and then Ionescu hit that late three to add and make it a little bit better than it would have been.
So yeah, we were only talking about maybe a 10-point game.
If that.
If 10, yeah.
She gave the crowd the Kobe. After hitting that 3.
Yes, she did. Sabrina, to me, is a good example of what Caitlin could be in another year or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe Caitlin has a little bit of a better eye as a passer, but Sabrina, like, you look at year one, she played some, she was okay. She wasn't as good as Caitlin is now, but I'm saying, like, the growth and what she could become. I think Caitlin's probably a little bit better scorer and probably a little bit better passer, a little bit worse defender. But I think, that's to me, like a good comparison to what I think for Caitlin Clark.
All right. Before we prep for the weekend, want to say anything to your girl Ryan Howard, who was the one who hit the game winner against France? Now that the 3x3 team has won 3 in a row.
All I'm gonna say is, we know this is Ryan Howard. We know this. Like the expectation is that Ryan Howard makes those plays. That team looks good when her name is Hamby. When they're both in the game together, that team looks good. When one of them is out, that team looks a little shakier. So both of them in the game together. Ryan Howard is a very accomplished passer in 3-on-3 as well. She understands the rules. I think, to me, the difference between the men and the women, the men have that, like, us four guys and we've been playing together, but they don't have NBA talent. Whereas on the women's side, you have ladies that have WNBA talent. Yeah, they haven't been together as long. But this is like what we played when we was kids. I don't need to play with you for 4 years or 2 years to know how to play 3-on-3 basketball with you.
Okay.
So that's why I think we see the difference. Shout out to my girl. You know, my girl should be on the 5-on-5 team in 2028 too, by the way, y'all. Just saying.
Or Alicia Gray.
Why can't they both be on there? Phoenix got 17 people on there. Phoenix got 17. Vegas got.
I was helping you. You know, I was helping you. You said 5-on-5. You know, I'm thinking Alicia Gray. You know.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Yeah, they can both go. Yeah, I ain't got a problem with both of them.
Alicia Gray. You know. But all right, let's get you ready for the weekend. Tomorrow, 11:15 a.m. on either on NBC or USA. They like to flip back and forth all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've seen most of them been on USA. They might be on NBC too. But
the first game was on NBC.
Was it? Okay.
For some reason, the South Sudan game was on USA. I don't know.
Maybe I've seen the replay then because I saw both of them on USA. Maybe I saw the replay of the first one then.
Yeah, that was the first because the first one was at 11:15, just like this one is tomorrow.
Okay, I did see the replay because I saw it later today on USA. Okay.
Yeah, it was on NBC. Puerto Rico is the matchup. And as I brought up earlier, Drew Holiday has an ankle injury, so we don't know his status for tomorrow. But Team USA is focused on the 1 seed. Now you're asking how can they get the 1 seed? Well, Canada went 3-0. They beat Spain. And I think by them beating Spain, I think they knocked Spain out. So I think Australia would get that spot because they go by point differential.
Yeah. So you got to whoop some hind parts.
So those of you who are trying to figure out why the USA did what they did against Serbia, that's why.
Yeah.
It's about the point spread. How bad did you beat a team or how close did you lose to it?
Yeah, if I could beat you by 40, I need to beat you by 40. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yes, as of right now, if I'm looking at it, Canada went 3-0, so they automatically into the next round. From Group A, Group B, you have both Germany and France going in, and the USA beating South Sudan and Serbia. They are automatically advanced, and then you get 2 from these groups. So Australia, who has a point differential, I think of like -4, which leads them over Giannis Antetokounmpo in Greece. They should get that nod out of Group A, unfortunately.
I feel bad for Giannis. I really do. They had a year you did it in the NBA, and then turned around and had the Olympics that you're having right now. I feel bad for the brother. The Greek brother.
So United States is coming in here with the mindset of beating the brakes of Puerto Rico and grabbing the 1 seed.
As they should.
So Joel Embiid should be back in the starting lineup for this one. We'll see the status of Drew Holiday when we get closer to game time and who will be taking his spot in there. But we already know it's going to be LeBron James, Steph Curry in the lineup.
Yeah.
We didn't see Kevin Durant wasn't in the lineup. I want to see Curry keep him with the second unit.
Yeah, because he come off the bench, he could just start firing as soon as he step on the court. You know what I'm saying? He come out with the second unit, like give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Anthony.
So I think Steve Kerr's going to stick with Kevin Durant coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. All right. So they are going for the 1 seed. So if they blow Puerto Rico out, understand why they are doing it because they're coming for that 1 seed.
And B gonna play like 9 minutes.
Not 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
So that will be that. And then Sunday at 11:15. Sorry for those of you who will be attending church and won't be back in time to watch the game. It's the final group play for the USA women. And they play against Germany. You know what makes this game so interesting? Both teams are 2-0, so both teams advancing anyway. Who wants the higher seed is the question.
You know who wants the higher seed.
And this is a rematch that took place about a week ago. United States won.
About a week ago.
United States won. So Germany and USA from Group C will both be advancing. It's just who wants the higher seed in this case. Group B, France has advanced. And then you leaving it up to Australia and Nicaragua, who wants to get out of Group B. And for Group A, Serbia and Spain will advance. No China. That was the matchup everybody wanted to see because China had a player that's just as tall as Breanna Stewart. Unfortunately, they didn't win none of their games. They are 0-2.
Damien is wild, bro. Damien is wild. Oh my goodness!
Not Germany and Puerto Rico win it.
Did you really just say Germany and Puerto Rico beat Team USA?
Winning, yep. Call and then said, "Now he don't say it." He said, "I'm calling."
The disrespect.
Like he out here making a declaration.
Mm-hmm. A hardcore declaration.
The disrespect to Team USA is unfathomable right now.
Yeah,
Puerto Rico so small. That's why Joel B playing.
Yeah.
All right, know the game plan. It's gonna be the same thing as Serbia. Let's get Joel B the ball. All right, out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's get him beat the ball, get him about 10 points, and then he can go limp over to the side.
Oh my.
So that's what that's gonna be. So I'm pretty sure at this point, I don't think we have to say really much because both teams are already advanced to the quarterfinals. It just depends on what seeding that they want to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'd like to think both teams will get the number one seed.
Yeah, I can't see either team, men or women. I can't see either one of them not being the number one overall when they get to the knockout stage.
I would be shocked if they weren't either. Yeah.
So, Team USA, men's and women, they are handling in business. And the crazy thing is, both of them went through their toughest opponent. Well, then you got to take that back. They did play Germany just about a week ago. So Germany might have something up their sleeves for round two.
Mm-hmm.
Germany might have something up their sleeve for round two. So.
Right.
I would say, but the men, they got through their tough test. It was South Sudan.
Well, I don't know if it was South Sudan that was their tough test. It was basically not letting down and basically having the energy of, okay, well, this team is inferior to us. Just roll the ball on the court and we'll take care of business. I think they had that mentality of, okay, so we got to make sure that they stand no chance of getting out of this arena with a W. That mentality is what I liked more than the opponent.
Well, if you want to support your Italian people, well, they 0-2. And they're going to be 0-3 come tomorrow.
Hey, that's like me saying I want South Sudan going to win because I got to support my African people. It just doesn't make sense, sir.
United States going to blow these boys out.
Unfortunately.
Probably worse than they did South Sudan.
Probably
Germany, I'm not going to argue with you because they just saw each other like a week ago.
Germany will be tough. That's not going to be like a walk in the park.
No.
I think it's the same thing that you said for the men, go for the women with this game, Cole. This is we just got to make things happen game. Like,
I agree.
It doesn't matter if we are a better team. It doesn't matter if we're not as good of a team. None of that matters. What matters is we got to get out here. We got to show everybody that we are the best still. That, we're trying to win this 8th goal in a row, but we're not just going to win a goal. We're trying to dominate every game. We want that game against Belgium to be by far the closest game we have. And, when you have one of those emotional tight wins, that next game is a big challenge for you no matter who it's against. So that's what I want to see from the women. I just want to see them go out there and say, yeah, we won the last game. Big whoop. What do you want to fight about it? Don't matter.
Yeah. I think that's the challenge to me with the women. I'm like what I'm seeing, but I think that challenge is exactly what I want with the women. I want them. I want them to have that energy of, yeah. We beat Belgium. That's cool. We ain't happy that we beat them only by 13.
Right.
And we're gonna treat this game like the gold medal. And you about to get run off this court. That's the mentality I want the women to have, and I think they're on their way to do that.
Yeah, we here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are.
Playmaker don't care. He just want to win. I was promised a free coquito bottle. Okay, that's fair. I still think the Germany one to me is more blasphemy because you are Puerto Rican, so I can get you one Puerto Rico to win. But I think the Germany one is more blasphemous because the Puerto Rico one is like, we all know you just doing that because obviously heritage. There ain't no other way you could sit here and try to tell us that. You know what I'm saying?
As small as they are, yeah.
And yeah, you're right. I want to win. I won't go. Okay, whatever it takes to get gold, that's what you do.
Nothing wrong with that.
So
It's just nothing wrong with that.
Coming from. I just want to win by doing certain things to show everybody else, like, we ain't playing with y'all. Don't come play with us.
Yeah, and for me, I know that they know that. Not necessarily the men. That's a moot point. But with the women, I want them to know that they are the best, and then when they execute the way that they do, that they show it, and they don't lose the fundamentals. And to me, then even though they are the most talented team in the game, they're also the most fundamentally sound when they actually execute. And so I want to see more of that, and I think we will see more of that.
I'm with it, big dog. I'm with it.
All right, that should do it. All right. Shout out to Raylene for joining us while he was at work.
Man.
Yeah, definitely.
You see why I brought him on.
Yeah, you definitely had to bring him around again, bro. I like that dude.
If you don't have your facts right, he would catch you.
I like that.
All right. Wrestling fans, y'all know what tomorrow is. It's the biggest party of the summer.
Oh, Logan Paul's gonna lose too, by the way. If for nothing else, he shot himself in both his feet, the face, the neck, and the chest. Was the comments he made about the boxer.
Well,
Tyson?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, he made some comments about the lady boxer, calling her transgender and all kind of stuff. And gonna.
Oh yeah, that's how it's good as gone.
Yeah, WWE's not gonna have that.
No, that's just too big of a stain on their reputation.
Yeah, they're gonna treat you like you're a black wrestler trying to be a champion right now. You out of there, man.
Damien, your question you need to save for Monday.
Yeah, we'll talk about those on
you say that for
Monday. Yeah, you save those for Monday. Those are actually things that we are gonna be in a discussion with.
My thoughts are it both sucks. I mean, it does. I mean,
well, that's fair. Cole can answer because he ain't on Monday, but that's fair. Unless he want to be, because
exactly
he ain't there. It's called he ain't hung.
He like to pop up every once in a while.
Yeah, so he might pop up. You never know.
Especially the fact that this weekend is what type of weekend?
A pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view too. A premium live.
A big four.
PLE. Yeah, he might.
Coach might end up popping up on Monday. You never know.
Up on this, you know what I'm saying?
But yes, those of you watch SummerSlam. Watch Friday night too, but most of the content are going to be geared to what happened at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And what would be the fallout going forward. So y'all do that.
Yeah, I know we like to project.
It's no fun if you don't.
Exactly.
Sit
there and tell you about everything that already happened. You can find it on 80 different YouTube channels.
And
you ain't lying, bro.
Weekdays, 8 a.m. Sometimes 8:30.
We just
morning shift with Cole Johnson.
Hey, the work.
But it's every day. But it's every day though. It's on
It is
every day.
It is every day.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
He will be talking about some Olympics. He'll be talking about some politics.
Some relationship stuff. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Some things going on in different places in the United States, all kind of stuff.
And sounding like Donald Trump when he does it.
Look, I can't help it.
Hey, Donald Trump, like honestly, you could have a show and talk about some foolishness Donald Trump's done every day from now until the next president's announced. Because it's gonna be tomfoolery.
Oh yeah, 3 months worth. Oh yeah, totally. Yes, wonder, bro, wonder.
Mornings, weekday mornings, 60 minutes. Cole Johnson.
Thank you, sir.
He said 60 minutes.
He go for about 60 minutes. I mean,
he gonna go for 60 minutes off the rip. Yeah. You might sneak 61 or 62 in there, but you don't get up 63 or over now.
That's right. That's right.
So whoever knows, he might talk about Simone Biles again because she ain't even done yet.
But her husband's done.
Nope, she ain't done.
She still got 3 more events to win.
Yeah, but her husband's done. He back at training camp.
I mean, the season starts in like 3 weeks, so
I'd have been like, look, I don't mind coming back, but my boo got a couple more events next week, so I'm gonna need about another 2 days. Holla at your folk. You know what I'm saying?
Then again, it didn't say 7 days. It said 7 training camp. So depending on how many training camps they counted until the Hall of Fame game, he might have some more next week. Who knows?
I thought they gave him like 2 days. You said they gave him 7?
7 practices.
Oh, I got you. 7 practices.
Yes.
So he
Wait,
probably
are they still in 2 days now?
They said 7 practices.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So, yeah. But until next week, until Monday. Well, on Monday you can catch Cole Johnson. You can catch all 3 of us on Monday.
I'm about to say catch all 3 of us Monday. 2 different formats. Yeah.
Trio of Terror back on Monday.
3 different formats. Jeez.
Well,
Morning
that's true.
shift, shooting lights out,
and here, yeah. I'm about to say here. Yeah.
Good gracious, Monday. So Monday morning, 8:30ish, shooting lights out, 2:00. Monster Wrestling, 6:30.
And Total Football Talk at 4. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you hit that notification button, then whatever time it starts, you'll know. That's what I did.
Pretty much. So yeah, Monday, you're gonna get your news.
USA just got 2 more medals. I don't think either one of them was a gold though. I think they got the bronze and the silver.
Monday morning, you get your news, your inspiration to get you started.
That's right.
Then at 2:00, back for more Olympics news and what's going on with Team USA post weekend. 4 p.m. for all football fans with Cole Johnson and D. Willie. And then the wrestling fans, y'all already know. Monster Wrestling with me, myself, and Cool McCain. So enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Team USA, keep doing what you're doing.
And 7:30,
you're getting closer and closer.
Tonight, 7:30. Go and type up in your browser on YouTube, your search bar at Real Play Callers. Come take your boy out. We're gonna be
talk.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a little talk about reviewing and previewing a couple of divisions. We got this top 100 thing that's out there we might discuss, and we got to get into some Olympics. So we're gonna be doing the thing. Be ready. So you ain't gotta get ready.
All right. For Ray Lynn, for Cool McCain, for Cole Johnson, I am the playmaker. We'll see y'all next week.
You've done great, but you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah. Gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the floor. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting Lights Out.